All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is February 19th, and in my hand, I have the RTX 5070 Ti from MSI. This is their gaming trio, which does fall right underneath the Vanguard and is right above the 3X Shadow. This is the overclocked version, so there is going to be a factory overclock on here. It does have dual BIOSes, so you have a silent and gaming switch, and it is a 2-slot card. Doesn't feel cheap, but it's not that heavy, so it's a really nice in-between. Underneath the Vanguard, right above the 3X Shadow, I like this trio version. It's gamerish, you know what I mean? Because it's got this nice RGB illumination right here in the front. You got the Frozen 4 fans, and it's just really gamer looking, and I like that. Especially if you like RGB, there is going to be some RGB illumination right here in the front, right above the fan and bottom of the fan, and you do have dragons all over. It is an MSI card, 12-volt high power connector right over here, one of them dead center, and I'm excited to test this card out, especially because I saw this at CES and the hype was all about the 5070 Ti. So we're going to be testing that in 1440p today, DLSS 4. We're going to be playing some titles and we're going to see how this card fares. Now, we do have other products here. Fantex did hook up a lot of stuff, and we're going to talk about what we got. So, chassis, the Evolve X2 from Fantex in black. We're also going to be throwing in the 9800X3D paired with an X870 Extreme Tomahawk from MSI. And then we got some D30 fans, Glacier 1 M25 AIOs, and we got some Next-Link hub to illuminate the whole PC build, and 32 gigabytes of Lancer memory memory from Adata, as well as a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD and a 1000 volt. I said that so wrong. 1000 watt revolt power supply from Fantex. All right, so 5070 Ti is in my hand. Let's get this build going.
There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want. Playing games, no. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want. Playing games, no. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want. Playing games, no. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the MSI RTX 5070 Ti gaming trio installed inside the Fantex Evolve X2. Look at the clearance. We have enough clearance between the graphics card and the front tempered glass panel. This is a pretty long card, but it's not super long. As you can tell, it won't be something like an Astro if you put a 5090 in there or 5080, but the 5070 Ti comes at a really good positioning when it comes to the look of the graphics card, because look, it's a gamerish graphics card. We got Dragon on top, we got some RGB illumination right there at the end spot, and we have RGB illumination right here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see, and the fans are full on. We got it in gaming mode, so the BIOS is flipped up to gaming right over there, so that way, you know, like I said earlier, you can switch between two different BIOSes, either silent or gaming. Right now it's on gaming, but it looks really nice, and I think the card looks really good inside the Evolve X2, especially with all that rainbow unicorn illumination. So best thing we're gonna do right now is we are gonna go ahead and benchmark this card, and we're gonna see how this card performs, because that is the most important thing. We're gonna pop in 4 popular titles, and we're gonna turn on DLSS 4, because now DLSS 4 is supported by 75 titles, and we're gonna see how this gaming trio 5070 Ti performs. So now I just gotta get my monitor and start the gaming. All right, so I got the PC set up. The RTX 5070 Ti is right there from MSI, the gaming trio. And we're gonna test out 4 games, 3 AAA titles and 1 competitive FPS. So we're gonna be playing Indiana Jones, and also we're gonna be playing Cyberpunk 2077, as well as Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And then we're gonna go ahead and throw in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, all these games are supposed to support DLSS 4. So we're gonna see how much FPS we can get on this 1440p monitor. And we're gonna be using all ultra settings, highest settings possible, to see how this 5070 Ti could fare on a 1440p resolution monitor with the most insane settings ever. So let's go ahead and play Indiana Jones first, and let's check out what we could do. All right, so we got Indiana Jones loaded up, and we're gonna jump into the settings because this RTX 5070 Ti needs to push everything at 1440p at ultimate settings. We're gonna crank everything up, and we're gonna see how does it fare. So we're gonna jump into the settings right now. We're gonna see what we're on right now. So resolution, we're at 2560 by 1440. Borderless window, there's only 2 options really, is window or borderless window. And as far as everything else, we're on supreme. Texture pool size supreme. Everything is on ultra. This one is on medium, the volumetric quality, because that is the highest it can go. Hair quality high. Everything is on ultra. Patch tracing, full ray tracing. We got full RT on. Shadows on. RT reflections. Everything is on. Upscaling, we're at DLSS. And then DLSS super sampling on quality, and DLSS frame generation is on as well. So let's jump into the game and see where we at. So right now we're in this like room, this like library, but we're at 143 FPS, and I'm gonna go move around here. This is very playable for the 5070 Ti on a 1440p resolution, and everything is on max settings. So it's very, very smooth. I don't see any kind of micro stuttering. I don't see any kind of stuttering at all. I really don't. I think this is a beautiful game. Like, look at these rays right here at the top. Very nice. Quality on the screen, it looks really good. I don't see any kind of glitches. I don't see any kind of color morphing or anything like that. But yeah, it looks really good. So right now we're still at 136, 139, and hovers between. And we're gonna see what this guy wants us to do. And what's interesting right now for the temps, we're at 56 degrees Celsius. GPU is being utilized around 95%. So it is using the almost the full power of the GPU, and it is clocked at 2827 for the core clock. Where is this guy going now? So you can see some spots, it dips down to 135, but for the most part, it is at 140, between 130 and 140. I'm just going through this whole room, just kind of seeing, because this is pretty graphically, and this game is graphically intense. It's really nice. It looks good. So 5070 Ti so far on the on this Indiana Jones game it's running fine. Okay, next up we're gonna jump into Black Ops 6 because we gotta get in some competitive FPS, right? Let's take a look at some of the settings we have here for Black Ops 6. We're gonna jump into the settings, we're gonna go to graphics, and we're gonna see everything we're doing. So 1440p, we're at 144 hertz, full screen. As far as the quality goes, DLSS is on, and then we got also quality, and DLSS frame generation is on as well, and everything else is set to high to the maximum value it could be set. So let's just jump into the game and see where we stand. Okay, we got killed, but take a look at that FPS, 241 on Black Ops 6 with everything fully on, right? 240, 236, GPU is being utilized at 98%. And as far as the temps go, it's staying pretty cool, 51 degrees Celsius. Wow, very, very nice. 214 FPS, guys. That's insane. And we got our first kill right now. Game looks really nice. I don't see any kind of chromatic aberration. We are pretty much looking really good. FPS is still around the 220 mark. Am I gonna get this guy? Am I gonna get this guy? No, I didn't get this guy. Anyway, 227 FPS. Everything is on full. Everything is on ultra settings. Right now in the megahertz on the graphics card, we're at 2845, so 2845 on the core clocks. Temps at 51 degrees Celsius, 98% usage on the GPU. and we're still at 220 FPS. So if you were wondering, can the 5070 Ti handle ray tracing, DLSS, all that, it can. And it's doing a really good job at 230 FPS, guys. It's insane. 5070 Ti. Okay, next up we have Red Dead Redemption 2. A little bit of an older title, but still graphically intense when it comes down to these GPUs. So right now we're gonna jump into the settings and we're gonna see what I have the settings on. I already kind of configured this yesterday, but I still want to show you guys. So 2560 by 1440, full screen, everything is on ultra. So yeah, we're pretty much taking it to the next level. I'm just gonna put these on high. Ultra too is on quality for some reason, but yeah, DLSS is on quality, so we got DLSS on. Everything here, we're on the Vulkan API. Everything is on ultra high. Pretty much everything is to the max. And right into the game, it's a little bit dark. We're on a horse. I don't know how we ended up on the horse, and we have the bounty of 212 FPS wise, 102 FPS. GPU's at 52 degrees Celsius, and we are maxed pretty much 95% on GPU utilization, 2812 or 2820 on the core clock, but very playable. This is a AAA title, so anything above 60 FPS is really good, but it's really nice to see how the 5070 Ti from MSI, the gaming trio, actually handles this game. I think this is very smooth. I don't see any kind of graphical like weirdness going on with the game, which is nice, especially with a lot of talks with the 5070s or the 50 series cards, how they're just AI powered and stuff like that. Everything here looks good, and we're gonna actually go to this this light spot right here. If I can stop the horse, let's get off the horse a little bit, and let's go to this light area right here and kind of see. Really like it. 106 FPS, definitely playable. Where's my horse now? Let's get back on the horse. Let's take a little walk into the moonlight. Wow, this game just looks really beautiful. I forgot how good this is. I haven't played this game in a long time. 126 FPS. We did go up right now from 104 to 126. Could be the area of the map. Maybe it's not rendering as much, but we're at 127. We do have a lot of foliage here, which we all know can pretty much ask a lot for the GPU. 130 FPS. So we are taking a nice little stroll towards the moon, and it just looks really good. I mean, 1440p 5070 Ti so far has shown to be very impressive in the titles we've played. And yeah, look at that silhouette. Wow, this game is really nice. I can't wait for GTA 6 to come out, because Rockstar does a great job when it comes to their games. Okay, last game we're going to be testing out on the RTX 5070 Ti from MSI, the gaming trio. We're going to be testing out Cyberpunk, and we're going to jump right into the settings so I can show you guys what settings I'm on right now. So we're going to go to graphics settings. So we're pretty much DLSS super resolution. We got that on. Performance, we're going to switch that to quality, and ray reconstruction, we're going to put that on, and as well as DLSS multi-frame generation, we're going to put that on 4x, and everything else is pretty much on. Ray tracing is all on. Ray tracing lighting level, we're going to put that on psycho. Path tracing, we're going to turn on, and we're going to go ahead and just check out everything else. So everything is on. What else? We got 16. Local shadow mesh quality is on high. So everything is pretty much on the best settings that you can pretty much get. So we're gonna hit apply on that. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. And here is Cyberpunk, 180 or 190 FPS. GPU utilization bounces from like 95 to 98. 2827 is the core clock, and again, this is a AAA title, so anything above 60 or really is really good on Cyberpunk. But this game just looks amazing, and I don't have HDR on, but I mean, just already this looks really good on a 1440p resolution monitor, and we're at 186 FPS with everything turned up, and the game looks great. Like, looks really good. It looks a lot better than my 4090 that I had in my rig, but everything just looks amazing. And you can see the ray tracing is looking good with the reflections. Everything is good, and we're gonna go somewhere really heavily populated so I can see exactly if we're gonna get any dips onto the FPS. We're at 166 right now, but we are pretty much in downtown. Everything is fully saturated when it comes to the crowd, the objects, and Cyberpunk is definitely playable on the RTX 5070 Ti. It is doing it, and I don't feel any kind of micro stuttering. I don't feel a thing. We just walked into a little gun battle. Run. And even then with all that gun battle going on, we were sitting at, I forgot, yeah, 185, 187. So even with all these things going on, we're still at 174 FPS. GPU utilization is at 97%. So yeah, Cyberpunk is definitely playable on the MSI RTX 5070 Ti gaming trio. So that does it, guys. The RTX 5070 Ti from MSI, the gaming trio, is an absolutely beast of a graphics card in these 4 titles that I've put on. I mean, to think about it, the 4090 playing Cyberpunk on 4K, I was getting around like maybe 90 FPS. With versus this one with 14, it is 1440p resolution, but still, even at 1440p, I would be getting 110, 115 on the FPS. So this is a major improvement. It's crazy to just kind of see how far we got with these graphics card, that now a 5070 Ti can handle games like this. Now the 5070 Ti's are pretty much MSRP at $749, but if you look at Micro Center's website, they're going from like anything minimum of 800 to almost $1,010 for like the Vanguard from MSI. So it is a little bit pricey, and that is questionable because the 5070 has always been like that tier of a graphics card where it should have been at a good price point. So I don't know what's going on, but when it comes to the performance of the 5070 Ti, it definitely can handle it. Indiana Jones, it handled it easy. Red Dead Redemption 2, it handled it. Black Ops 6, we were getting over 200 FPS, and Cyberpunk 2077, we're getting like 180 FPS on average. So definitely the 5070 Ti is a really good pick of a graphics card. If you are definitely going to be gaming on a 1440p resolution, I think you're going to have a great time. But that does it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, this build, this benchmark. Hope you guys, if you have any questions, let me know down below in the comment section. What do you guys think about the 5070 Ti? Do you think it's worth it, or do you think it's a little pricey, especially with the retailers are pricing it at? I would love to hear it. And as always, guys, thank you for your support. Much appreciated. Stay followed because there will be more content coming soon. Catch you on the next one.